Wait a minute, didn't the Porsche group build end in September? Yes. Yes, it did. This footage was shot in late July, early August. It's just I was never able to release it. But it does contain some good information on what went into completing my 5 Porsches. They were finished in time for the group build, and I did take a couple of pictures of them. I never really did any production or final reveals video-wise on the channel because it happened while I was unable to produce content. But I'll probably do that in the near future. I will include at the end of this video some pictures of the completed builds. So, you know, you have that to look forward to. Plus, I am genuine comedy treasure in this video. Joking around with my daughter, having a good time. So, enjoy. Hey, welcome back to Frank's Model Works. I'm Frank. Although it might not seem like it, I am actually still participating in the 2nd annual Scale Model Car Podcast Porsche group build. I do have 5 entries. They are progressing. I'm going to work on one of them in this episode and show you where I'm at, basically, with them. And just reassure you that I didn't forget about it. I'm going to get them done. The only one that's not going to make it to the end is the blue one because I stepped on the body, which still hurts. All right, let's get started. Over by the spray booth with the God's Red of the Porsche 911 that I'm working on. Body's already been painted, clear coated, wet sanded, polished, and then hours and hours of masking just so we could paint the bumpers, the side trim, and the window trim, and the grill area. It's great. But I knew it going in, and hopefully it'll come out nice. And I have a camera set up over here so that I can finally film my paintwork. So, let's just shut up and get to going. Fancy camera mounts and all kinds of stuff going on. It's almost like a professional operation over here. All of that masking for that amount of painting. What are you gonna do? So we finished spraying the black trim on the God's Red 911. Naturally, because it's me, there's overspray, even though the entire body was covered. paint did creep underneath. Again, because it's me. So, let's fix it. I mean, you know, we could sit here and cry about it. Well, we could just fix it. So, I was going to say I'm going to put you up there. You're already up there. There's a camera there already. Let's go over to this camera. And here we are. So, as you see, we got a little bit of adhesive that's stuck over here. Let me make sure I got some light on there. Which is funny because I just changed all the lights down here. And it's as bright as the surface of the sun. So we have some of the adhesive from the bare metal foil up here. That we're going to take off with some Meguiar's 105 mirror glaze. We'll get to that in a minute. But in the areas where I have some overspray, there's a little bit in this little piece of trim over here. There's a little bit on the front fender right there, if you could see. See that? Perfect. And where is the... Oh, there's a little one right here on the bonnet. So, I tested first to make sure. And because I use splash paints, semi-gloss black, which I would imagine is some type of base coat, and I painted it on top of 2K urethane clear, I could just take a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. What I do is just a little bit on this micro applicator, and you'll see it just goes bye-bye. Takes it right off. So now what you want to do is you want to make sure, don't let that alcohol sit on there for too long. I'm going to be going over this with the Meguiar's anyway. But you'll notice, see if you can see that little blemish right there. Just takes it right away. So, and that's gone. With little to no effect on the urethane underneath. It shouldn't affect it. But don't leave it on there. So I had already removed several spots of that. And now we have, let me just make sure I don't have, oh, there, that was the other. See in here, this little bumperette piece. That's that. There you go. Isopropyl alcohol will wick away most lacquers, acrylics. Doesn't really work though too well on enamels. But now we will get this alcohol out of the way. Because I got the little one right there, just dumped it out. Now we're going to apply a little of the Meguiar's. I put away my sponge applicators after I finished polishing everything, because they have a habit of disappearing. So let's put that on with it. And grab a This is a Tamiya polishing cloth. And as you can see, like it was never there. So, I don't trust Goo Gone or any of those. Goo Gone is a solvent. Even though it's citrusy, it is a solvent. And I have had it dig into and destroy a paint finish. I had it destroy a 66 GTO that I was building probably 15 years ago. Just completely and totally destroyed the finish on it. Broke my heart because that was coming out good. But that was my fault because what didn't I do? I didn't test off the project first. I just committed directly to the project. An unknown, untested product. Shame on me. Right, Aria? Shame on me?
Shame on you.
Yep. There you go. There you go. Right from the boss's mouth. So now I just have to repeat this 4 more times. And then we'll be done. The iris blue. I got another bottle of it. I have another Porsche. I have several Porsche kits. I mean, let's be honest with you. You see that stack back there? You think there's not a bunch of Porsches? Just name it. Name it. Maybe not a Tucker, but pretty much everything else back there. So I will do an iris blue Porsche. That was a really, really nice color. Remember how nice that color was, Aria? The blue one of the Porsches?
Yeah.
Were you there the day that I stepped on it? Did you hear me cursing from upstairs?
Wait, you stepped on it?
Yeah, the blue one. I dropped it, kicked it, and then I was carrying it back over to the china closet in the next room, and I dropped it because I was carrying all of the bodies at the same time, like stacked on each other, and I dropped it, and then I was like, all right, no big deal. It landed on the carpet, and it, like I didn't hear crunch or anything, and then I kicked it, and I'm like, all right, I probably just kicked it out of my way, and then like a step or two later, crunch, stepped on it. I'm surprised. Well, then again, you probably hear a lot of tirades of profanity coming from down here. Do you? Do you ever hear me cursing down here?
Yeah, I can hear you screaming.
But it never scares you, right?
Kind of.
No, why?
Try to be quiet.
It's not what I'm saying, it's just the volume that scares you?
I honestly not really scared. I'm just kind of worried that you're going to march up here and say you're going to delete the channel.
No, that would never happen. The only reason I would delete the channel is if the people watching the channel became annoying. So, making sure we're getting all the glue residue. There's a couple of spots. There's one spot over here. Oh, look, I found some overspray. But there's one spot over here that I got to actually brush paint the black. And something like this, I really wish I could just brush paint it. But it's not really It's not really something that would come out that well. You'd see a lot of brush marks, and that would annoy me, and stuff like that would make me unleash a string of profanity. So, and we don't want to upset certain somebody. So, we keep the foul language to a minimum. Or at least make it funny and not loud so it doesn't scare her. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so here we have. Look at that pretty. Ooh. So that's pretty much done. I gotta paint some silver in where the lights go. Then I gotta paint the interior. I got stuff to do. Okay? So everybody, relax. I'll get it done. Just everybody chill. Okay? We'll get them all done. Except for the blue one. Alright, hold on. Okay, here's a tip for you. If you ever have a model car that the rear view mirror attaches to the surface of the windshield, you might think that using something like this product would be a good idea. Canopy glue, Formula 560, or using Elmer's glue to lessen your chances of staining. But I would definitely not recommend that you use a solvent type glue. I would definitely not recommend a CA or any type of like the old toluene testers. You're just asking for trouble. This will work, but it's just it takes a long time for it to dry. And though it will dry clear, there is a possibility you could get like a little dot of white in there, and that's something that's going to really start to aggravate you over time. So what I would recommend would be this stuff. This is micro metal foil adhesive. This is something that you would use to, like say you were using regular kitchen aluminum foil for a bare metal finish. You would use this to coat the back of the aluminum foil. I also use it on the trim sometimes. If I have a sheet of bare metal foil that's not sticking very well, I will put this stuff down on the trim and then apply the foil to try to get it to adhere quickly. But one of the good things, like what this stuff actually is it's basically a sticky back. This is the liquid form of what you would have for a sticker. And in order to apply it, I apply it with a micro brush. And you'll see it has like, there's a little, see that little mark in there? We're going to get this adhesive inside of that. Work away a little bit. Now you see that little dot of adhesive is there on the windshield. The key to this stuff is you have to wait until it dries clear. And once it dries clear, you can then apply the rear view mirror. Now, if you're building the new Revell 71 Mustang, the rear view mirror attaches directly to the windshield. So that would be a good application of this. So as this dries, I'm gonna get my rear view mirror ready. You know, for what's basically a snap tight kit, these Tamiya 911 turbos, they're really nice kits. They're coming out pretty nice. Currently working on the beige gray and the God's red. I already got the glass in on this one. So this body is actually pretty much done. I just got to put the chassis in the interior underneath it, and it'll be good to go. Of course, naturally, this is taking its sweet old time, but you definitely want to wait for that to dry clear before you even attempt. It's just not. It's not going to work. It's not going to stick. So I will come back when this is clear. Hold on. Okay, it's only about 45 seconds to a minute later. You could see that the opacity has disappeared. It appears almost transparent. And if you look at a rear view mirror that's stuck to a windshield, it's kind of clear. It's an epoxy. You could use I guess you could use an epoxy for this. It's gonna take its sweet time drying. Whereas this, you're basically sticking it on there, and it's on there pretty well, being honest. You don't wanna mess with it too much. I mean, it's not like you can, but that's on there, and it's not really moving around. I mean, not for nothing. If you flick this thing, it's gonna go flying. So you got to be careful. You could definitely do this after this is in the car. I wanted to do it for the purposes of demonstration. So work will continue to get these Porsches again across the finish line. So what I just completed was putting a 3D decal into the interior. This one is going to be the beige gray 911 from Tamiya. I'm going to hit this with some all-clad semi-matte clear, but take a look at these things. The speaker grills are 3D decals. They apply like regular decals. Got some speaker grills in there. If you look in there, that little console right there is a little switch panel. Speakers on the side, the guess door locks or windows. Very nice, but check out this dashboard. So hopefully that zooms in, but look at the detail. I mean, that is gorgeous. That's really nice. Is that close enough? Is it too far? Can you see? But that is really, and for 16 bucks and nowhere near as much time as it would take to paint that, I would definitely check those out. I'm gonna have a link in the description. Those are from Quinta Studios, and they're available at Hobby Nut Models. I'm gonna have a link to all the affiliate partners that I know of Hobby Nut Models, so I would ask that you click on one of those links that'll be in the description in order to purchase this. They have a few, I would say about 7 or 8 of these detail sets available, mostly for Tamiya kits. Several Porsches. Definitely check them out. It is possible to order them directly from the manufacturer, but I would recommend you get them from Hobby Nut Models, because Mark is a tremendous supporter of this community, and he goes out of his way to do the right thing by not just our viewers, but also the creators as well. So if you're going to order this stuff, and I highly recommend it, I would say get it from Mark over at Hobby Nut Models. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so there you have it. A little sneak peek at the finished builds. I'll eventually do either featured build episodes for each of the models, or maybe I'll do them as model cars and coffee on a Sunday. We'll see what happens. This was a great group build, but I gotta be honest with you. Building 5 Porsches for a group build that only really requires 1 was pretty stupid. And you know, when you think pretty stupid, you think Frank's Model Works. Great. I probably won't do that again. It's just, I got so excited when I saw those paint colors that's what got me to do something stupid and impulsive. It was gonna be 6. And I do have more of the iris blue, and I do have several Porsche kits. So there will eventually be an iris blue Porsche somewhere built. If they do the group build next year, maybe I'll do it for that. But I'm only going to do 1. Thanks for coming along for the ride. I'll try to keep you updated. Try to get some videos on the finished builds out there. As always, I got Frizzo's back. I appreciate your support. Till we speak again, my friends, take care of yourselves and be well.